In this video, we're going to point out a couple of features on the GitHub website that'll allow us to really drill down into a project and see how it came to be and extract some details from it. So this is just a repo that we're working in my community college course this evening, and about an hour ago pushed up some commits. So these were, doesn't matter what the code is, we were just practicing writing a few functions here and there. And let's take a look at the SRC and the index.js. So throughout the class, we were writing some functions. In this case, we wrote this function about healthy foods or whatever, right? But we actually wrote many functions throughout the class, and I ended up just removing them and replacing it with the new function. So what if we want to go back and see what else we did? Okay, so we'll go back to the home screen for the repo, and we'll click right here. It says 11 commits. So we can see throughout the evening for the class, we started writing, a calculate tip function. We did some refactoring, healthy food, study advice, different functions. Again, doesn't matter too much. But let's go back here to, I don't know, the study advice function. Just click on the commit at random. Now, by default, this particular view you come to is this unified view. And what it's showing us here is there was this code in red that we deleted, and then we added this code that's in green, because that's what Git is about, right? It just tracks changes to your code over time. And so it shows the diff, diff, in terms of what was added and what was deleted or replaced. So by default, it shows it in this view. Not that great. I don't like it. So I do the split view. And that way on the left, I see what was deleted. On the right, I see what was added. So in the previous commit, we did this function about bedtime. And then we removed that one and wrote a new function about study advice. Again, the code doesn't actually matter for this purpose. Now, this is fine. It kind of gives you an idea of what's going on, but it's still kind of hard to follow. So this is the next part that's going to be helpful, which we click Browse Files. So if you look here, we're not on an actual branch as in like master or main or anything like that. I actually have the original link that I started off in another tab open now, and you can see we're on the main branch, which is what we would expect if we're just working on a single branch, in this case, main. So what's happened here is that we were actually able to essentially travel back in time, and now we can look at the whole project, how it was at this particular commit. So I want to show that one more time. If I go back to where we're on the main branch. I clicked on commits. I picked, a random commit like this particular function. I was able to look at the diffs. I could, choose a couple of different views, but this gets especially helpful if I click Browse Files. And now I can go into this file and I can see the file contents exactly how it was without that diff view. So to be clear, this is source index at this previous unique commit, and this is how it is at the time of this recording. So this allows you to go back and browse the files, look at all of the code in the project at any point in the past, just by clicking a couple of links that take you through the commit history.